Hey guys, what's up? It's Darkmeg here and welcome back to another video. Today I am taking you through the battle for Lordaeron for the Alliance. So when you log in you will get a quest called the Battle for Lordaeron. You will talk to Captain Angelique and then you will get sent off to the Battle for Lordaeron. Now I'm obviously just going to skip through the majority of this. Note that there's obviously spoilers in this. If you want to experience this for yourself for the first time, don't watch this video. Just like, comment, say how awesome it was, and then fuck off. So the first part, you'll zone in, you'll go up and you'll talk to the general here. He'll give you a spiel about how everyone is waiting up the front. You'll run down this giant warpath here to the front of Lordaeron. Now, straight off the bat, you can see it looks awesome. Like, visually, it is absolutely amazing. So, you come up to the front lines of Lordaeron here. There's, there's walls, siege towers erected. The Alliance army's up here. Again, Greymane gives you a fair speech to get you all pumped up. Everybody shouts out for the Alliance. Like, in terms of, like, immersion here, they actually do a really good job at putting you, getting you sucked into this giant battle for Lordaeron, which is obviously what we're here for, but I enjoy the stories and the lore and that kind of stuff, but I'm not a giant RP nerd, but, this really gets you into it. It's really good. So there's certain stages you have to go through. So the first thing is clearing the way, which basically you just need to round up a whole heap of mobs, and you need to reach 100% on the XP bar by killing things. So pretty straightforward from a scenario perspective, much the same we saw in the Legion scenarios when they opened. Group-wise, I've had groups with 2 people, which obviously go a lot slower. In this group, there were 5 people. I don't know if it can go into, a full raid size capacity. I'm not really too sure. But obviously, the more people you have, the quicker this process goes. And on launch and things like that, it's going to be quite quick. Once you finish, there'll be a little cinematic. None of the cinematics are in here. So once you finish that first part, there looks like there'll be a cinematic, which is just a black screen at the moment, which then cuts into the next path, which is called Clearing the Way, and you need to defeat their Azerite war machine. So this is a giant tank. Again, the wolf's head on the front of that looks absolutely amazing. There's just the detail, the look of this, it's really outstanding. The Azerite war machine doesn't do a lot, you just run around and hit it and don't stand in bad stuff. And then you move on to the next part, which is breaching the wall. So then all the Alliance ranks form up. It's quite slow at the moment. I think there's, quite a few voice files and things like that maybe missing at the moment for RP purposes and the speeches. Then the Horde come flooding out of the gates. And once again, you've got to get to 100% on the XP count in regards to killing mobs. The only difference is this time the Horde are pumping out blight across the field. So you've got the green blight that is coming towards you slowly, that they're spraying out further and further when their soldiers run in. So you just need to continue to kill things and move backwards. You do kind of eventually run out of room, but not going to have any problems in getting there, so to speak. Once you do that, you will get another placeholder cinematic. So obviously Green Jesus and Deathwing here is not the cinematic. And then you'll move to the next stage, which is the Winds of Change. So now you are inside Lordaeron and Jaina Proudmoore appears. So Jaina comes in, you've got a couple of Horde to defeat here. Jaina puts up some ice walls and then discusses sort of, where Sylvanas has gone, which way we're going. Again, Greymane covers the back, all that kind of stuff. So there's a little bit of talk that goes through here. And then we talk about where we're going with King Anduin. So then you move on to the next stage, which is the Great Eagle. Now this is kind of like, it's a mini boss fight. So again, you've got to get to 100% in regards to killing all the mobs in this bit. But you've also got this, the Great Eagle here, who's Windseeker, I can't see what the name was, Windseeker something, that flies up and down and sets these tornadoes. Now if you get hit by the tornadoes, you get punted in the air. It's the same for the enemy forces though. You can see if they get hit, they all get punted up in the air and take some falling damage as well. This was cool. I thought this was actually really cool in regards to it felt like a mini boss fight, having to watch which way the tornadoes were coming and then just, moving out of the way, picking a gap. It's really not that hard, but she'll just continue flying from one end to the other while you try and kill the enemy forces. The mobs don't do a lot. In these scenarios, much like the Legion ones, the spawn points are really close. If you die, the scenario doesn't fail. It continues to keep going, so there's no real pressure from that point of view in regards to if you're someone that struggles to move out of the way of tornadoes and things like that, or you're someone that gets hit by everything. It's really not a problem. If you die, you're still going to get to enjoy this, and generally it is fairly hard to die. So once you kill off all of the Horde forces in here, you'll have to then kill Windseeker, so then it's just running back and forth, chasing her and dodging tornadoes. And once she's dead, you start the next phase, which is pressing forward. So again, another ice wall from Jaina. We shatter that and we move forward into this courtyard. Now this courtyard is absolutely awesome. Now I just noticed that I had a cloak on my transmog here, so I had to quickly get rid of that because nobody's got time for cloaks. And then you come into this courtyard, which is called Abomination Wonderland. And this is really cool. So we're outnumbered severely to the Horde here in this courtyard scene. They start charging towards us, and then Illyria and the Void come crocking in. So Mechatalk brings these little tanks. Now, the first thing that came to my mind when I jumped in this, and I might be on my own in this thought, but Warcraft 3. Like, this to me bring a real RTS feel. The way the camera is, how small the mobs are when you're in this view and things like that. It just, I don't know, it gave me a real RTS, sort of homage to that sort of period. So that's how I saw it anyway. But, I might be on my own. When you reach 100%, it's possibly going to get another cinematic there with that blast. And then Sylvanas and Blightcaller, they run away. So then they dump a whole lot of Blight. We use Mechatorp's choppers here to go all the way down and chase them past all this Blight. And again, really, really cool. They did such a good job on this. Like, visually, it is outstanding. You can see the giant warship that's crashed into the top up there as well of Sylvanas's. And then we come and we face the High Overlord Saurfang. So there's a bit of RP that goes on at the start here, talking about his father, the Horde, the Alliance, my life for the Horde, and then we start fighting him. Now Saurfang actually does a lot of damage, so you can see 3 people in this group got dead straight off the bat by hitting Bladestorm to the face. All he does is he jumps around, he sticks on Gen Greymane majority of the time, unless you've got a Hunter's Pet in there that continues to taunt, which will change which way he faces. You just need to be really careful because he cleaves, and he cleaves like a motherfucker. Now, I'm a Blood DK, so I don't have any issues about dying, but if you aren't a Blood DK, you don't want to stand in front of him, and you want to run out for the Bladestorms. Once he is dead, you move on to the next phase, which is the Dark Lady, which says pursue Sylvanas. Now, this is the only problem that I have had in this scenario. So you just saw that it said pursue Sylvanas. Then there's this RP about being in pursuit of the Dark Lady. She's held up in there, let's go get her kind of business. Look at Anduin. This does not look like somebody that is in pursuit of anyone. Now, I know she's held up inside there, but we're walking. Now, as I said, I am not a giant RP nerd, but that was the one thing that really stood out for me in regards to my whole, oh my god, battle for Lordaeron, and then we walk, and we walk really slow. We've ran everywhere else, but we're walking here. And then we decide to run inside. So that's my only little nitpick with this whole thing. And it's probably really nerdy and really petty, but there it is. So then you get inside, there's going to be another cinematic, with whatever's going to happen. And then you end up back in Stormwind. So that's the battle for Lordaeron. And I've done both of them, and I'll get the Horde video out today as well, showing you that side. And I gotta say, I probably actually enjoyed the Alliance one more than this. In regards to questing and the world and things like that in BFA, I think Horde have it much better than Alliance. But in terms of this scenario, I actually favour the Alliance one over the Horde one. I also found this out. Now, I don't know if this has been in-game for a while now, or if it's BFA new, but you can move the name frames now. I play with LVY, so I've had no idea what the default interface has been like. But you can move the unit frames now for your player and target, so that's really cool. I don't know if that's an extra, but that's really cool. So then it's just coming back to the harbour, you hand in the quest, and then you get the Tides of War, which will take you off into the BFA content. So that's it, guys. Any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you very much for checking out the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. See you guys.